We're gonna get started here. Let's start the March 2022 Youth Baseball Association of Royal Palm Beach Board meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. Um, a couple things real quick before we do a roll call of officers. We had the treasurer resign, the vice president resigned, so I have a couple people that are going to fill those positions with board approval until the vote in May, at which time they can run again or choose to leave if they would like. The first is um, Dustin. He was a member at large. He's going to move over and assume vice president duties until May, um, at which time he'll decide whether he's going to go with the member at large or go with VP. I'd like to get board approval on that. If there's anybody who has a problem with it, let me know. I don't know if it's a motion I have to do, but okay, I'd like to make a motion for Dustin to be approved as interim VP until the elections.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, well, that's official. Um, so, one, that creates a void in his member at large position. The other thing we're going to do right away is Jeff has volunteered to act as treasurer again until the elections in May, at which time he'll decide whether he's going to keep going or move on. So I'd like to do the same thing. I'd like to make a motion for Jeff to act as interim treasurer until the elections in May.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so that's two, and we have someone interested, a couple people interested in filling the member at large roles until the elections. One is Olivia. She's actually been acting a lot, doing a lot of the stuff already. She's really helping out with everything, basically, helping the secretary, taking on about half of her duties to try to lighten her load a little bit. What is Olivia's last name? Julian. So I know she's not here, but she has a game. But I'd like to make a motion to have her as one of the interim member at larges until May of the election with the same procedure as the other two.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. That's what I got so far at this time. Roll call of officers. I got Vice President Dustin. Baseball Commissioner Tony.
Present.
Softball Commissioner Martin. Here. Secretary Lexi.
Here.
Treasurer Jeff.
Here.
Member at large Dave Mancuso. Member at large Sky Blumke. Here. And member at large Olivia. She's not here right now. She has a game tonight. She's actually at the fields. Did I miss anybody? No. Brandon. Okay, so we did that. Appoint new treasurer. President's report. We're off and going with the 2022 spring season. Things seem to be running pretty good. Haven't had a whole lot of complaints as far as I know. A few that we're going to research a little bit before they're even brought up, basically about umpires and stuff like that. But Um, I think we're going pretty good. We're going pretty good. I really got don't have a lot else going on. We have some repairs that need to be done in the concession that everybody's aware of, and they've ordered parts, and everybody's doing whatever they can do at this point. So I'm happy. That's basically my report. Vice President's report.
Yeah, right into it, huh? Nothing that you didn't catch on. Season started off pretty good. Yeah, and on my end, I haven't heard no complaints yet either about anything. No complaints on field conditions. I know you guys are working on that off season, so yeah. Oh yeah, yep. Equipment's good. I spent 3 weeks passing it out for people that showed up. A lot of older groups didn't really need any type of gear or anything like that, and some that didn't even come get their baseballs because they probably have hundreds of baseballs for practice anyway. So um, not yet. We still have 60 dozen left, right? 40 dozen. So hopefully it's I looked today. We probably still got a good 30, 40 dozen left in the room today too. So as long as we get them next couple weeks, we should be okay. So whoever wants to go next to by Rollins.
If anybody gets by Rollins, they're sitting there waiting to be picked up. Yes.
Yeah. 40.
$40. Yeah. They're all paid for already.
To allocate everything, and I'm gonna have to, re-audit the whole system. I'm gonna need to know $40 a dozen. Okay. This is how my brain works. I'm very analytical. Everything is gonna work in that regard for the rest of my life. Um, I, that's how I work.
On that subject, treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report. Awesome. Okay, I've been given these numbers. I have $84,223.12 in our first account. I think this is on. Seems to be. $4,852.37 in the second account, and $135.94 in the third account.
Now that being said, he's gonna point this out probably in the future. But one thing that we always hear from the treasurer is we still have outstanding bills with the league. We still have outstanding bills with.
The village, pictures, and now uniforms.
Probably a
Which I
lot
can
of
get
things.
those.
That's okay. Send me everything. I'm going to re-audit everything, and I'm going to start a new QuickBooks account under 2001 or 2002, whatever. 2022 is what I meant, because 2019 is no longer accessible. I've tried to speak to the previous treasurer about it, and I can no longer access that account.
Just so everybody's straight on what he's talking about, the QuickBooks we were previously using was 2019. The only way to access that with the passcodes and everything we got is to own a 2019.
You can't
They're
access it.
unavailable everywhere. Just Google it. They're unavailable.
You can't get it. So I'm going to start an entire new process. I'm going to try to backtrack everything that we've done the best that I can and go from there. Then we will, have a accurate balance. Let's go with that. It's being independently audited, from my understanding.
Yeah, that's the Salvo and Associates. They're going to be helping us with that again too once we get everything rolling again.
Can I get their? Can they talk to me? Okay, awesome. I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. Baseball commissioner.
I don't really have a whole bunch of anything to add, really. Just want to thank everybody for opening day. I think it went well. It was seemed like a pretty fun time. I know we had some food truck issues very late in the game, but yeah, the afternoon of. Um, but I think all in all, it went pretty well. Went pretty smoothly. Um, so that was a good kind of kickoff. We hadn't had one in a while because of all the COVID stuff. So it was nice to be able to do all that again. Um, and yeah, I mean, other than that, we're underway. So it's going through the motions now. I think it's in the new business stuff. But before we know it, we're start looking at dealing with all stars and all that kind of stuff. So we'll leave that for when we get to it in the agenda. But that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony. Martin, softball commissioner report.
Softball's rolling. 8U is having a little bit of difficulty being as how it's one team, but we're trying to do what we can do. I have an idea to try to bolster the girls coming to softball and wanting to come back. BC Sports, I know I can get them to donate 5 gift receipts. So a girl can either go for batting or go for pitching. And my suggestion is every softball girl during the week puts her name in a aquarium or fish bowl or whatever at the concession stand. And the following Saturday morning, first thing when they open the concession stand, they pull a name out, and whoever that is gets one of the gift certificates. And then every week, another girl gets one. Another week, another girl gets one. We do that for 5 weeks. That way the parents stay involved, the kids are involved, and hopefully we make them want to come back. The other thing is I'm in talks with a t-shirt company about making all the girls that play here now a t-shirt that just says Royal Palm Beach. They'll probably have some kind of insignia on it, softball. Come join the fun. If it's a bright color and they wear it outside, they're not at the ball field, they're out with their girlfriends or at school or whatever, it brings attention. That's just something else I'm working on. Other than that, people are already talking about all-stars. Got a guy interested in taking the 14U All-Star, and I got a guy interested in taking a 12U All-Star, and I have other questions. People are asking me, are there going to be an A and a B team in each bracket, or just one team? I said, I'll find out, and depends on the bracket. 12, I'm sure they have enough. 14, no, they're only going to have one.
Yeah, I think yeah, if we have enough kids, we are going to have an A and a B. That's our plan.
I do them all.
You have to have an A to have a B, just in case anybody asks. And I think 12U will probably
Okay,
have.
I would make a suggestion. The way that Okehili does it, they do red and blue. When you have an A and a B, now B sounds
Yeah.
derogatory.
Yeah.
So, if the kids are going to be on a B team, now all of a sudden they feel like they're not as good as the A team.
Well, in the past we had like blue and silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the colors are irrelevant. Just make it a color rather than a letter or a number, because now all of a sudden if you have a 1 and a 2 or an A and a B, now all of a sudden the A team is better than the B team, and now we're worse.
Yeah, you
Okay? So make it a blue and a red.
Yeah, we'll
or-
make
or,
sure it's not
whatever
it's
that
not
goes
labeled
with.
A and B. But
You know,
as far as
and
registering and signing up, it's A and B.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's between
The
all
kids
of
won't
us.
know. The kids won't know.
Yeah,
Kids and parents
between
don't know.
between everyone here, that's fine. But on the team, you can just make it red and blue.
Yeah.
Just like Okehili does.
And another question I've had is, if a guy does decide to take the manager job and he's approved, does he actually have to have tryouts? Because he says you have tryouts and a lot of these kids ain't going to make it. Coaches going to nominate kids that have no business being there, and they're just wasting their time and getting their hopes up. I said, well, we've always had tryouts, but I'll ask.
Yeah, we have to have tryouts.
Okay.
It's actually and it happens every season. The coach, you can give 3 to 5 players from each team. 12U is where you're going to run into what you're saying. Even 10U you could, but no, we have to have tryouts.
Well, 10 years, you're going to have more than 3 to 5.
Yeah, but That's where we're going.
14, you'll be lucky to get it.
Said what they did in the past with the instead of their own manager choosing 5 of their kids, that the managers pick from other teams. It's like, hey, your pitcher, your today, make a note. Like, hey, I think he should go try out for All Stars.
Tell them during the season so they can watch rather than holding a tryout. That makes sense.
Well, it's supposed to be a tryout, but you pick 4 people per team.
The
Okay.
managers don't get the decision. The other managers get the decision.
Well, everybody else decides.
And then they come through because then it's unanimous between everyone around. You know, if I notice that okay, this kid's doing really well, I'm not being
Then
biased.
you alleviate what Martin was saying about
Precisely.
Okay, a manager's gonna. Oh, I got 5 spots to fill. I'm gonna give these 5 names. Well,
Yep.
only 2 of
You
them-
know,
15 years ago, you weren't allowed to nominate anybody from your team. You had to nominate kids that were
From other
not
teams.
on your team.
That's absolutely an awesome way to do it, and
I'm not sure if it's applicable
we won't.
yet. But
Yeah, we can't. Obviously, we've started. We can't do that this season, but it's for a workshop. That's a really good idea. It's a really good idea. I actually, just to spin a 3-second thing here, I was looking up in the past. I think me and Dave were talking about it. I was researching how to pick all stars and stuff like that. And there's actually somewhere a municipality that they, when it comes even to draft, they draft the team and then they throw their names in a hat and you pick a team out. So everybody drafts the team as even as possible because you don't want to be the one to draw the team that, is the weak team. And I thought that was pretty
You
cool.
mean for
I mean, it doesn't apply
that's
here. but
regular season, you mean?
regular
Oh,
season,
okay.
yeah.
If we go to Game Changer,
we need to go to Game Changer first off.
but it literally keeps at bats stats throughout
Yes.
the whole season,
Yes.
and maybe not even have the manager. The league or board members look like okay, here we need to fill 12 spots. These are the best 10 overall batting averages, whatever the statistics are.
And we can review
Yeah,
that
but
after the fact.
unfortunately, as a guy that's been to state so many times, it ain't funny. I pick kids that can't bat at all, but they can catch or they can pitch.
They have putouts on there too.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, everyone's going to have different capabilities. I mean, we need to obviously have evaluations. That doesn't. We're not going to remove that. I don't believe. I don't think that's what he's. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah,
Just completely remove everything and just do Game Changer completely.
I liked it. When
For
I
all
heard-
stars is what he's
Okay.
talking
Oh,
about.
okay. For all. I mean, okay. I mean, well.
No, but
I
I'm
put it on
talking
the
about
workship
to
agenda.
choose all-stars.
Yeah, to choose them, but instead of
So
having
what-
scorebooks,
So what we're okay. Well, for scorebooks, yes. What we're suggesting is we no longer. What he's saying is, there's other parts of the game.
yeah. And
Yeah. Are
Yeah.
they knowledgeable? Will they know? Yeah.
Well, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, but what I want to
home
do.
run. It's a drop dead though. How do you get a home run?
We can't even get anybody to
Am,
read
am
the
I
scorebook.
putting myself too far into this? I don't. I've just been thrust into this position, and I don't feel. I don't want to.
I think we can. I think we can use the stats to sort of as one of the metrics, right? For sure.
Okay, metric. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't think they can be the end all be all because to your point, you got people counting hits as errors and
Right, and they
whatever.
don't know what they're doing. Moms are out there. Okay, this is a hit, and they're like, "Oh, well, my son got a hit now," and the third baseman just doesn't know what he's doing.
All right. Well, that's definitely sounds like a bunch of works. Is anybody taking a workshop list? All right. Mark.
That's it.
All right. Secretary's report.
Softball commissioners report all that.
No, you're good.
I spoke to Olivia. All jerseys have been handed out. Everybody should be good. If anybody knows anything different, get with her. But I think everything's went out. Rosters were submitted to Cal Ripken, which is good. I'm waiting on Payne to give us a makeup picture day. We have at least 8 teams that need to do makeups. So hopefully he'll give us a Saturday so we can just knock it all out in one shot. And I just want to say thank you for everybody's help for opening ceremonies. I think it was great. I think we had a good turnout, besides the food truck issues. And I'm still collecting sponsor checks. I will have a list of the ones that are left. We're missing a handful, so I will get that out to the DDs and make sure they get what? Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some scragglers out. I just checked the mailbox and nothing's come in. So, other than that, that's all.
Brandon?
So I'll start with just the financials first. Now that we have acting treasurer, I'll get with him and get the documents needed over to him. That way we can get everything and be up to speed with that. So I'll make that. I'll get Jeff and I'll email him all those the form that pretty much just lists everything that's needed out the agreement. Other than that, like you said, the roll ups being worked on over at Willows. The other two sides were easy fixes. That side is being a problem. So they got parts ordered. We got lights that should be going up any day now over at Farron to get those up. And
How about the sprinklers?
sprinklers, they're looking at the line. So what they're the sprinklers that keep coming up from the bottom up under the clay. They
Yeah.
thought,
Flooding the field.
yeah, they're supposed to all been capped and be out to the outfield. So the ones that are actually popping up, they're actually trying to go in and recap them so that they don't keep flooding. But
Thank
that they're working on too.
Thanks.
And other than that, just business as usual right now with the league going on. Just keeping everything up to date and general maintenance around the field.
Thank you, Brandon. And you can tell they're working on the fields a lot. I mean, I realize it's Willows. They started with Willows, but I'm sure they're going to get over to Farron too. But they're working. You can tell they're trying real hard on Willows.
Yeah, they're trying to keep them. But like I said, they should be going over to Farron too, especially with the lights coming in, and doing touch ups and work over there that needs to be done too.
Thank you. I'd like to at this time make a motion to vote in the reports. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's the reports. Now we're on to old business. Willow's Bash. We have a date for that, right? I believe it's June 7th to June 12th. It's Jupiter's is first, then Phipps, and then ours. Now, as far as All Stars, that's the three.
Yeah. Where are we where are we at? March, April, May, June. We good? We need to do a permit for that Willow's Bash.
Yeah,
Okay. And I can find that on the.
I'll send it to
You'll
you.
send it to me. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you. That's what I wanted.
So yeah, we have that's the three guarantees that they get with All Stars. And we want to make sure. Obviously, we may want to do more than that, but we want to get to those three because they're going to support us too. That was a big thing they had between all the presidents that, Okeechobee coming to all of them because we go to Okeechobee in the fall. Our travel teams do. Jupiter is Memorial Day weekend, right? Yeah, Jupiter's is Memorial Day weekend, which goes to I think the 30th or something like that. And then Phipps is the Phipps is from the 30th to the 6th, and then ours is the 7th to the 12th. So once you get to that point, your practicing is basically over for All Stars because you're tournament districts right in a row. in our Willows Bash, I think it was 9, 10, 11, and 12. No, we did the fall one. I believe we did 6 and 8s, right? Yeah, we're gonna try to stay the same. We'll do 6 and 8s in the fall, and 9, 10, 11, and 12 in the Willows Bash. We're kicking around another one in the fall. It might be a little different than the other one, but it'll at least have 6 and 8s in it, and maybe softball. It's no, it was Smash Bash. That was the name. The gentleman that came up with it came up with Smash Bass, and it's the one. Did I mention it to you about the pumpkin?
Yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah, the teams make a pumpkin and they go into the tournament with the pumpkin, and once you start elimination, the losing team, the winning team crushes their pumpkin. So at the end, the winning team has the trophies, everything else, and then their pumpkin right in front. So that was probably. Probably, but we're good at that. Every person on this board was selected to offend people. um, so now that one, yeah, but that's the Willows Bash, 7 through 12, I believe is what we're doing, and it's 9 through 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 through 12 is the ages.
Jeff, when you get all the stuff squared away, can we hook either a Venmo or Zelle or something to our account for those kinds of payments? Yeah.
We tried to do a real estate transaction several years ago, and I have your number.
Okay. Perfect. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't turn it on.
But
yes,
it's a lot
whatever you
easier. A
need.
lot of them like to pay that way, and then we don't have to worry about them bringing a check.
It's much
or-
easier that direction.
Yes.
Zelle.
Okay.
Well, I would prefer. I don't. Well, I know. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. Either one, whatever one.
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Whatever we need to end up doing, we can set it up, and depending on how that it goes, I would love to. I think that's much easier.
Yeah, rather than having to chase down checks.
Yeah, I mean, checks are ridiculous. It's 2022. My phone is going off because it's hold on one second. It's garbage night.
Well, we want to talk about it. We have, okay, so our annual meeting is in May. It's the second Tuesday of the month for the annual meeting. Every other month, it's the first Tuesday, but the annual meeting is supposed to be the second Tuesday, which is May 8th. I would suggest doing our workshop. What? Is that not? March, May 10th. Thank you. I'm sorry, I was looking at March. May 10th. I would suggest doing our workshop the week before so we have an entire week to think about everything that we want to vote on and do research and look over, and we don't vote on anything at the workshop. Nope. And that way we have ample time to make sure we're doing everything right. Would that be what? May 3rd would be yeah, or May 2nd, whatever the village has available, but like the week, and that's immediately following the season, because we're going to be done April 30th. Playoffs should be completed by April 30th. Is that 3rd's a Tuesday? Yes. I gotta see what Brandon says, if we can get a room, if that's a good plan.
Either day, we'll make it
Okay.
work.
Okay. Well, what do we want to do? We want to.
How many board positions?
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying, because the vote will be held on the 10th. So you want them. So then maybe that doesn't work. Maybe that doesn't work to do the workshop right then. And make changes. That's a lot. Turn your thing. Push your button.
members, you know, up for grabs. So say all 6 change. The new 6 people are not going to know
What's going on?
what
Yeah.
changes are going on if they're not there.
So should we wait and do the workshop after the following month in June?
Yeah.
Then we risk people being out of town. I mean,
I get it, but I mean,
it's fresh in their minds to do it.
or do we get
The workshop
That's
is
what I'm
open to
saying,
everybody.
get-
Yes.
whoever's interested needs to be there on the 3rd? Like maybe that be they would get names for people voted in for the next week.
Well, they
don't
should be
know.
turning in. It's been sent out in an email. They're supposed to turn it in advance so we can make a ballot because we have to have a.
Yeah.
The way it works is the positions, if anybody's interested in running or being nominated for the positions, it's 90 days prior to 30 days prior.
So they have to have their name in
So
by 30 days.
30 days before May 10th, it stops. You can't put in anybody's name from, it looks like, yes, April 10th. Around
How does that work for myself? Given that I've been
You're appointed, so you'll send an email and
Okay.
say to admin at Baseball RPV and say, my name is Jeff Starkey and I would like to be the
whatever.
treasurer if you choose.
okay. So this is a continuation from the next. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
And then-
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing.
March, April. Yeah, you have until April.
I'm in.
But
Um,
essentially,
I'm
that's how
in.
it works.
But that's
The
fine.
nominations
I
stop
just
30
need I
days
needed
prior.
to understand what
And then I
exactly
would
I had to do in
make
the
this-
future.
Yep.
Okay.
Make the workshop mandatory for those that want to run
I would
so that they're
try to,
present and
yeah.
can hear everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They need to because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I've run several businesses and I understand the concept.
May 3rd, the workshop, and then it's going to be mandatory for nominees.
Otherwise, I believe that we're going to get a lot of unqualified registrants.
Well, that they're gonna be voted on. There'll be the new position. They're gonna be voting on something that they had no.
They have no idea. They
nothing to do
know
with.
what they're doing exactly. Like and I don't know exactly what my whatever. I know my qualifications. I can handle this, but I don't know, what I'm dealing with. And there's going to be a ton of people that are just coming in here like, I don't agree with, what's going on, X, Y, and Z, and they're going to try to, change the league when they don't know what they're doing either. So we need to have qualified people. We need to have people that we understand are baseball people, and softball, yes, baseball and softball people. Okay, sports people. Let's go with that. Okay, because otherwise, if we don't have sports people, they're all just going to be out here, saying my kid doesn't play, my kid doesn't do whatever, and I feel like that's irrelevant. We need to grow the league, and we need to make the league better, and that's the only thing we should be focused on.
Awesome. All right. Does anybody else got any questions about board positions or annual meeting dates? If not, we're going to go on to new business. Are we All Stars?
Well, the Willows Bash.
Oh, the Willows Bash. Is that what you're referencing? Yeah. Okay. No. The way it works out is obviously if you have enough to have a 9, 10, 11, and 12 individual, you're good. If not, your 9 and 10s are going to make your 10U A and B, or blue and silver, or whatever. Same thing with your 12U. If you have enough 11s and 12s to separate them, that's fine. But in the past, it's always worked out for us where our A team is 12U and our B team is 12U.
Because
And
you have a mix.
the way we structured it last season, I believe we set it up to where if you get offered a position on we'll call it the first 12U team or the first 10U team, but you refuse, you're not eligible for the second team.
We've had situations where parents have said their kid's not playing for a certain coach, so they don't want to be on that team, and they will refuse the A team and go to the B team. Not they're talking about us.
About me. Yeah. Play
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Blue, silver,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
whatever color you guys decide. It doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the top 12 are our top 12, and then the next 12 are our next 12. And if they don't want to be part of that because of whatever, then that's fine. That's your choice.
Just to just to yeah, just to clarify one thing too, those other tournaments and ours, they're open to all-star and travel teams.
That was going to be my
You
question.
can actually play in that. You don't have to be an all-star team to play in that tournament. You can be a regular travel team.
That
That
was
just
going to be
brings
my
a lot
question.
more teams to it, and all those
Okay,
all those are the same way. The Jupiter, the Phipps.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
Yes,
that
that was my next question. Income from this. I would like to be involved in terms of how we can bring more revenue. I know we're a nonprofit, but let me, assuming you guys trust me with all of this, let me deal with how we're going to spend the money after we've brought in the money. Because if we're being a nonprofit, all we have to do is not have any money at tax time. I can spend the money. We can make money and then use the money to make sure that the fields and the kids and all of that is it's a better product. We can make this work. I'd like to be involved in however that it goes. All right, whatever that ends up being.
Yeah, those for those tournaments, right? The two main revenue streams are obviously the entry fees and then the concessions during that. Right during the tournament.
Okay,
Those are considered to be the.
I don't want to be mean to the concession ladies. I like them. They seem to be running things fine. On Saturday, I was told I was not allowed to be in the concession, and no board members were allowed to be in the concession. I left. That's fine. They were probably stressed. They do a lot of work. They're doing a great job, and I think they're actually doing awesome. I think there's ways we can improve that. I think there's ways we can make more money. I think there's, I may be overstepping my boundaries
No.
immediately.
No. It's just when Karen is in the middle of
It's
her
brand
rush,
new.
we
It's
ju-
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
brand
We
new,
just-
and I got it. I
we-
talked
and
to
you
her.
have a lot of great ideas, so we just need to kind of. We're already in the middle of season, so we kind of need to
It's tough.
bottle that and change it for
You-
work on it over the summer, so that next
Okay.
season we can make all
Okay.
the changes.
You guys
She
tell me.
kinda has a
You tell me
routine.
what I have to do, and I will be more than willing to work on that. Okay.
And
Everything.
something else on that, I don't think we need to micromanage concession. We've ran through enough concession people. I get, involvement, but let people do their jobs. I don't think we need to micromanage what they're doing.
Yeah, that's I agree we let people do their jobs. And I agree, some people have great ideas and they are things that need to be brought forward, and that's more stuff we bring up in the workshop in between seasons. Once we get going on a season, we try not to hit it in the workshop. Yeah, we try not to do any changes or adjustments during the season because it's hard enough just to keep everything going without the hiccups, dealing with the umpires and dealing with the equipment and everything else. That we try to do all of our changes in between season. And yes, you absolutely, everybody up here on this board, plus anybody that the member, like anybody talks to out there, can throw ideas in the hat, and we discuss them all. But we generally do major changes from the workshops. So everything's done in between. So once we get going, we don't have to worry about changing anything.
And I apologize. I was just thrust into this position mid-season.
You're good.
So I
You're
don't
good.
want to make it like I'm overstepping. Like I said,
No.
I'm just trying to push.
No, that's what basically Dave's. Let's get the wheel rolling, stay out of the way during the seasons, and make changes in between seasons.
Can I just have a question?
No, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So to revert back to the bash as well as the summer, I know Tony, you said you wanted to try to just maybe wait another month or even May's meeting to discuss All Stars, but you have a travel team that is planning to travel over the summer. So would they take precedence over an A and or B team in that age bracket, and they be the first team as travel going into the summer, and then allowing another All Star team? Because I know that last year's travel or last year's All Star before travel team was initiated had travel teams and All Star teams commingled in those. So my question is, if you are automatically having one entire team as travel in that realm, are we going to have a second team or even
Yeah,
third
there.
team?
Yeah, there's no. I mean, as far as All Stars goes, there's no default travel team is one of the teams type thing. It's if they happen to be the best players in whatever, which they may
So
be,
you're
but
not planning to take your travel team in as
Well, he only got
one.
6 or 7 playing, so he still has to bring other players in to
Correct.
create an all-star team anyway.
yeah, like for
So you don't have an entire travel team established right now.
not that's playing rec. No, the majority are, but not like there's
Right,
still
but
there's roster spots even to have one team in whatever age group, whether it be 9 or 10.
They're gonna be
I mean
mean.
9 probably, right? But
I think I think she's more talking
like for the tournaments,
just about 9, like Will's back. Are you going to be a 9U travel, or are you going to be the 10U all-star?
no, we would be playing as an all-star team.
Essentially, when you're doing a travel team in our league, they know that the All Stars comes priority. So as a
Right.
travel coach, I'm scheduling my tournaments not conflicting with All Star tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Like like the All Star team doesn't practice on Sundays normally. Okay, so my travel team on this weekend is playing in this tournament, but no All Stars is going on that Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? And then All Stars is All Stars. We're not going to they're not letting their All Star teams affect the All Star tournaments.
Yeah, like the two or three kids that are on my travel team that are not playing in rec, right? They're not playing.
Right.
They're not playing
That's
those.
where I'm.
They're not playing those tournaments.
Okay.
They're not on the All Star.
That
Right.
was my question.
Yes. Yeah. Just to
That's
simplify
not
it.
how I verbalized it, but that was what I was thinking.
Yeah, they're not
because I
on that
thought-
All Star team, so they're not playing in those tournaments.
Okay.
We'll be playing other tournaments probably.
Right. Absolutely. No.
Before
absolutely.
and after, but that'll be travel only, right? Not the All Star tournament.
Right.
What
so
I'm
All Star tournament could be your 6 plus another 6, and then another 12. Fingers crossed we have enough.
Right.
Here, 9
Yeah.
and 10. Or
They
all
just
10.
go into the pool with the rest of the rec kids, basically, because
Okay.
they're playing rec, right? You have to play rec. Now you can't be on the All Star team. That's the whole.
Some of his All Star team may end up on the silver team.
Right.
yeah.
No,
whatever.
I understand.
They're just another
I'm
kid.
Just,
yeah.
I'm just trying to see
Yep.
where other players that, like you were saying, that are going to be drafted into the All Stars, where they're going to rank on the travel versus. The
Yeah, no,
All-Star.
those other kids that aren't playing rec, they're not qualified for. They don't qualify to be on the All Star team. So
I would assume, and I don't know this for sure. This is the way it used to be when I played in the league. There is a minimum amount of kids that like your kids play. 80%.
80%,
80%.
yeah.
Okay, that's significantly more than we had. I think it was 60 or something crazy like that. Just to allow field rights for
Right.
our travel teams to play. So now, okay, we're making sure that the league grows in that manner. I think that's outstanding.
yeah, and
That's perfect.
It's proven, at least with my team, to also inject their younger siblings and
Yep.
what
Exactly.
actually for both
Yep.
baseball and softball
Exactly, because
that now come play here.
well,
Because
the problem that we run into is everyone thinks their kid's a travel player right now.
Yep.
Most kids are not.
Right.
So if we can keep the travel kids in the league to make sure that the all-star teams are good,
Right.
we don't subtract from the league that way, and then now we have competitive travel or competitive all-star teams.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to go about it. You know, if we, this is what Bob, you know, me and my family were very good friends with Bob Marcello. Like, I spoke to him on his deathbed, effectively. So, and his biggest problem was that we were taking the best kids out of the league and basically just making them non-competitive, and now the league sucks. That doesn't sound like something we need to do. So, and I think what you're doing, Tony, is outstanding. I think it's perfect.
I mean,
Yeah.
we took Tony didn't have his kids playing 10U baseball last season, so fall 21, and it was competitive baseball for the most part. You know what I mean? Especially on the roster aspect. What you do with your roster as a coach is up to you, of course. But you know, it was good stuff, man. I mean, that's what it's all
It was
about.
good. Yeah.
It looks like we're
Well-
talking about
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
the open practices. Is that what you're going to say?
That's what I want to know about. I need to coordinate fields, and that's stressing me out a little bit because we have open practices will begin after spring break. Is that right? Is that the plan? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you can't start
oh,
practice
yeah.
and all starts till after spring break.
Yes.
We
So,
usually have the open practices the 2 Fridays before spring break, which I think we're
which
already
is
on
our
one of the
we're in
Fridays.
that right now.
We're in that time now, so
Mhm.
so we
Well-
essentially we're gonna start all stars. We'll have our tryouts right after spring break.
Okay. My issue is that we only have Fridays available right now for field space, or Saturday afternoons, and then Sundays, obviously. But we have Tony's on. Well, Tony, I have 9U, 11U, and 12U. So at least 2, 3, and 4 is taken. Because that would be technically would be his field, 9U. Or yeah. Or if they, I mean, it's
We can-
only until April 30th, but obviously that's when
We can coordinate with the 3 or 4 teams for either Friday or Saturday afternoon. I don't think it's gonna be that much of a problem. It's
Sunday
not gonna be-
Sundays.
we
I
can
mean,
work
it's
that out.
rough.
And honestly, Sunday's not bad because you'll be able to find the parents that are
Committed. Yeah. Okay.
So don't stress about it. We'll get it worked out. Not
I
a
just
bad idea.
I didn't want to have to
Only time you
kick
know how to
everybody
feel.
over to put
Go out
people
and
at fair.
play
And,
the game.
okay.
So it'll work
So
out.
we're good, okay.
All right. So
just keep that Sunday as after the practice or tryouts. That'll be your Sunday practice until
Yeah.
All Stars.
Yeah.
Until season's over.
unless we can adjust
Fair
it,
enough.
but yeah, at least Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay, Tony?
Yeah, I think Sunday's probably the best day. Saturday afternoon.
It's gonna
Is
It'll
tough.
be rough if you already have
Okay.
games all day. Yeah.
Everybody's playing, and
Hot
some
as
of those
crap.
games aren't gonna
So
end
that's what we'll do.
until
Try to work
two.
on Sundays.
Okay. I just thought of something else.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna go with open mic.
No way.
What? You got nothing? Okay, I do.
Well, that's awesome.
Bring your chair over.
I'm glad that the discussion for the board member positions that are open, I didn't read that in the email that I needed to submit my name to the hat 30 days prior.
Maybe you didn't. I could fix that.
I'm going to have to reread it because
no, you might not have, and I could fix that.
I wasn't sure. I think it was just like, if you're interested, read the bylaws. I'm pretty sure that's about
Yeah,
all
I
it said.
think you're right. I can fix that.
No, I would like to put my name in, but I did not want to interrupt those that are wanting to stay on. So I was trying to find a way for me to still volunteer to take responsibility. No.
What do you want? You want to be the treasurer?
No, I don't want numbers. No, you can have it. No, I just I just asked a few of the board members what their responsibilities were, outlined to them, and then what additional responsibilities that they had allowed or requested or said yes, I can take over. Because I mean, if you got, I've been in this league a very a long time, probably just as much as the rest of you guys.
What is your name?
My name is Leanna.
Leanne.
Yes, my son's a sophomore at Borough Palm High School, and he's been
What's
here
his
since
name?
12U. Daniel Billings. We've been
Okay.
here since like 2016.
I
2017.
don't recall the name.
Um,
but I just.
But I have
it's all
a
good.
I have a son in 10U, and I have a 3-year-old daughter that will come into
These
the
are the
ranks.
parents.
So-
These are the parents that we need.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I've seen
we
a
need
lot of
people
boards
like
come
you.
and go, and I
Well,
have to say I
we're
applaud
gonna
you
try
guys.
to make sure that this board does not do that. Okay.
Um,
So just so to reinvigorate your confidence of what's going on right now.
oh,
um, we're working on making this league a much better we're trying to make it better.
yeah, no, I know, and
Awesome.
I want to be a part of it.
I think
I just don't want to take anybody like Dave still has a year, Tony still has a year, you two.
what you do is, and we've done it in the past. You can do it right now. You can say, I would like to nominate myself for member at large, and then
Or
when
secretary.
or secretary or treasurer or whatever, and then when the time comes, you can turn it down or take it or do whatever you want with it.
Right,
But you get your name in the hat.
No, I know, but I'm asking if there's other things that are weighing someone else down that are just their responsibility because no one else is doing it.
Who do you want to go first? I'm kidding.
Everybody is. I mean,
Like the registrar, the scorekeeper, all of those things because they're listed in the bylaws, but
It would be great
clearly
if
there
we
isn't
ended
a
up getting.
designated person for that. Lexi's doing whatever's falling by the wayside. You're doing the rest. Dave's doing the rest. Sky's doing the rest.
They've been controlled in the past by specific people, and we're trying to spread that out. If you read the bylaws and any of that in there, anything like, bam, oh man, that looks like it might be fun, you let Lexi know, and she'll discuss it with us, and we'll say, hey,
Right.
Ms.
I mean,
Billings
that's what I'm
wants to
saying
do
because
this.
I don't necessarily want to come in and nominate myself as a member at large if that position isn't necessarily, yes, it's available for people to bid in for, but you guys that are up here that are capable and what I would assume are willing to take it on for the next 2 years as well to continue, because I feel like if the board is shifting too much, then that's where things start to, get a little dirty in the water.
We're looking at I'm sorry, Martin.
Unfortunately, the way the board's designed, it's supposed to be half 1 year or up for election,
Right.
and half the other year.
Right, and
That
I've been
keeps
at the
the
last
things
few
from
meetings
changing
where
too-
I've seen those
Things
changes.
changing too fast, and
Yeah.
like you're talking about. But with all these different people bailing out,
Right,
this year's going to be a little different.
right, and that's why I'm saying those that want to stay on, I don't want to come in and
I
try
have-
to ask
I have a
them
question-
to
I have a
step
question
to the
for you.
side.
I have a question. What do you think that you could be helpful with?
I could be helpful with sponsorships. I could be helpful with scheduling. I could be helpful with scorekeeping.
I think scorekeeping's outstanding.
I have no clue about Game Changer though, wherever that's
We'll-
coming
we'll-
up,
we'll
because
work on
that
that.
ain't
That's
even
not-
on my
I'm
agenda.
just
I can
asking-
keep a book, but I have no clue about Game Changer.
No, my question is not. Yeah, we'll work on that. I'm just asking if we find another person that's going to be helpful, which we want, obviously.
Right.
I want to know, the things that you personally think that you're going to be, able to help us with. Because I don't want to tell you what to do. That seems dictative.
Right, but I'm just saying, if people are,
What do you think the league needs?
I'd like to know where all the money is coming and where it's going. I've never seen or heard any of that. He can't answer those questions right this second.
Not yet. But
But
I
the
got
last
you.
3 meetings
I got
that
you.
I've sat
Don't
in
worry
on,
about
the
that.
But the
That's not a
treasurer
problem
kept
yet.
saying, "Oh, I need access. Oh, I need this. Oh, I need that." But I don't know that ever happened. And now you're a new guy, and who knows?
I'm working on that. Okay.
he's going to stay on top of it
Let
until
me
it gets
let
done.
me deal with that problem.
Right. But I'm not. But I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
we can find we'll find something. I
outside
have an
outside
idea
of
for
that
you.
issue, outside of the money, outside of that, let me handle that problem
I don't wanna-
myself. What else do you think?
No, that's it. That's it.
Just the money? That's the only
No, no,
problem
no,
that you
no.
think?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, for me,
see what
I
you're saying.
feel like if there are other members that have taken on additional responsibilities, that
What are your best capabilities? I guess can you?
She's
you know,
organized and she's
organize? Awesome. Let's do it.
determined and she's
What,
Let's
what
do
we're
it.
gonna
follow
do
up
is
on
Let's do it.
things.
get with well, you can
Let's do
we'll
it.
get- you can get with
right. That's
Lexi,
what I'm saying. I'm gonna
and we'll go through the
Lexi
list,
and I are gonna have
and
a conversation.
anything that you guys work out that you want to help with.
I just wanted to ask if there was
If you need my
ways
personal
to
contact
volunteer
information, call me.
without
Yes,
nominating myself
absolutely,
as member at large.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
So
Thank you. Thank you. Um, all right. So, anybody got anything else?
Yeah, about the Empire problem that we've been having with softball. I've talked to both coaches. They had no clue what I was talking about. They said that those two umpires, if they complain, they don't know why they complain, because neither coach, and I asked each one separate, was your guys out of line? Was it the other coaches? Said the game just went off unhitched. They said one of the umpires calling balls and strikes, called a couple of them high. A couple of the parents said, "Come on, Blue." That was it. Softball. Yeah. Well, the umpires complained to Danny, and Danny wrote Glenn. So that's why I reached out to because neither one of them called me to tell me they were having a problem with the other coach, so or the other team.
Say that 50 times every day. Come on.
One more thing. Code of conduct forms. Would it be anyway?
Sorry.
I'm gonna suggest that maybe we can reach out to the teams because obviously I'm UDD and I've done a very poor job collecting my forms. That being said, can we just have them leave them in the paperclip and leave them in the concession? Oh yeah, good. I'm doing better than
if
Dave.
if they'll just write on the front
Yeah.
whatever team they're
okay,
from.
Cool. And then I'll just have them let me know when they put them in there, and then
Okay. And I yeah, and
I'll
I
reach.
can
I'll reach out right now.
And can we make it
make sure we have
from, I don't know how, but make it like a e-signature when they register?
there is it is in there.
They have to
Because when
read it?
we had an issue, excuse me, when we had an go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, so like I would
Yeah,
say,
it's
you know,
it's they sign it when they register. You check this box. It says it's all combined. It's not a separate parent code of conduct part. It's players and
yeah, but I'm
it's
saying
everything.
even if you make it a file and they get like an e-signature, like something even totally different, its own thing. Because let's face it, they're not going to read it online. They don't read it when you
They're not
give it to
reading
them.
it,
They
no.
just sign it.
It's there. When we had an issue, when we had a situation last in the fall with a parent, and we were asked by the village if we had a code of conduct, and I wasn't aware of one. But then we went back. I went back and I read the registration, and it doesn't say parent code of conduct, but it's all in the fine print that I will behave, I will this, I will do everything that's listed in that code of conduct. It's all in there, and they have to check the box to go forward to register their child, so that it's all already
Can we get
done.
can we get a copy of that and get it to Brandon so he can look at it
It's
and
not
see
organized,
if
but
it can be
it's just a giant paragraph. Yes.
if it'll count for what they're looking for in the future. Right now, I want to get all these handwritten ones.
I know it won't.
It won't.
It
Oh,
won't.
no, it won't.
Okay.
Paper copy.
It can serve for you all, but village wise the
Okay.
Paper
the
copy.
other one, yeah. I mean, even if it's something where, like you said, like you put it online, and they're able to the e-sign it, but it is that form, the one I gave you on
That one,
last
okay.
week. Yeah.
Tony's a computer guy.
I knew that was coming.
My fault.
I mean, possibly, yeah. Probably a way to do it. I don't know if it can be tucked into the registration, but maybe it can just be put on the website so they can do it electronically. You know what I'm saying? it'll be if the whatever the SSI app thing lets us put something like that in there. That's all. But we can look into it for sure. Second.
If nobody has anything else, I want to make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, guys.